Hello, everybody. My name is Neil, actor, musician, and digital artist here in Orlando, Florida. Also getting into futures trading here. I just wanted to do a little introduction video to this series that I'm creating. It's mostly for accountability and journaling reasons, but also to connect with other individuals that are uh, wanting to do the same thing as me and use trading as a stream of income. Um, my goal is to create multiple streams of income so that I can have the freedom to do what I want to do, and this is in trading futures as one of them. So my journey actually started in 2018. Um, after had some deaths in the family and it was a little emotional. But I got thinking about, financial freedom and the things that I wanted to do, and so I started trading, going through all sorts of um, uh, strategies and, settling on one for, trading stocks, swing trading that is effective. But after about a year and some emotional rise and not knowing and still not knowing what I was doing, I quit doing that. And then fast forward to now, earlier this year, March 2026, I started trading again when I discovered futures. And and then from there, it seemed like a logical choice, and I decided to start trading again. Since I started trading in March, of course, you can tell, from this journal that I had a lot of ups and downs and not getting anything consistent, switching trading plans, trying different things, you know, and it just nothing was working. And then I discovered a guy named Steven Adams who had some very simple strategies that I identified with. You know, so so I started going with that. I had you know, some moments I was um, where I had kind of gone on, gotten emotional. And I mean, you can tell by this journal, up through pretty much here, you can tell when I took a lot of trades, it just wasn't a good day. I was over trading, and started switching strategies and stuff like that, and just um, and went on with it. So it just was really getting to be an emotional ride. Um, and of course, here is, April 22nd is when I really started um, trying to nail down what I wanted to do and what I was looking at. Overtraded on some of these days. On the days that I didn't overtrade, you can see I had a pretty good day. Didn't overtrade. Here was four trades, two losers, two winners. Here was a good day. But then around here, overtraded because I was taking sizes two, three contracts at a time instead of sticking to one, and really overtraded, and it really spiraled here. I was getting emotional, but I also, one thing that I did was through all these journal entries, you can see where my notes were just starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Probably around here, yeah, I started making some bigger notes, started keeping track, and every time that I got emotional, I had I notated that. But I started keeping some very, very good notes, whether they were winners or losers. After I went through this this spiral downhill right here, I was like, okay, that's enough. I discovered a channel called DGen Rehab, watched some of the videos, and then I discovered in that there was a guy that who set himself some very simple rules to get his trading under control. And so what I did was, based on that video, I made, of course, the consequences steeper because I wanted to be able to participate in the market. I wanted to keep on participating as much as I can because this is a marathon and not a sprint. So I wanted to keep participating as much as I can. And so when I so I was taking one trade a day, in only in the New York market session. And after I took that trade, win or lose, shut it down for the day and don't open until the next trading session. And still was only able to trade between 9:30 and 4 p.m., which is the New York market session. Market open, market close. If I broke any of those rules, I had to sit out a full week or sit out the rest of the week. If it was on a Friday, then I had to sit out the next week, all week, and start from day one. Day one. So the consequences for breaking a rule were severe. That I started telling myself, okay, I get one trade, let's make it good. Let's make the trade count. And you can tell from progressing through my notes here um, that, yeah, I was making as good a decision as possible and sticking to that rule. If I made it through those 20 days, I was allowed to add one more trade to the day only if it was a winner and that I didn't let emotions take over, if everything was to the letter, to the T, didn't break any rules at all. Any rule break or any, or a simple loss despite following the rules, any kind of loss would result in just shut it down for the day. And you can see so far I've only taken one trade a day. There, and here was five straight losses in a row. Um, you know, This was, even though this was a win, this was an emotional trade. Um, this was emotional because I could have, I think if my notes say I could have won this. Um, no, actually, it didn't reach the 2R. That's what it was. It didn't reach my 2R profit, so it was only one trade. But then I had five trades in a row. There was one day where I traded someone else's plan, and that was a rule break, and so I was forced to shut it down for the day um, because I wasn't following my plan. I was following someone else's. Um, like I think it was probably right here. I'd have to look back at my notes to see what it was. But this is my trading journey, and this is what this channel is going to be all about. It's going to be all trade. It's going to be mostly trade recaps and probably a video at the end of the trading week talk about what the week was like for me and what the trades were. Um, so, but just know that when if you decide to start doing something similar that I was doing, that I'm doing now, just know you have to be really honest with yourself. You have to be honest. You have to make honest notes if you uh, you know, no, this channel's not going to be about trading advice at all. It's just mostly a trading journal for myself and to connect with other people who want to see that kind of journey, and be able to relate to what I'm going through as a new trader. So don't take this as trading advice. Take it as entertainment. Take it as, okay, wow, I see what this guy's going through. But it's not advice at all. But if I did give advice, the only advice I would give is when you make your notes in your trading journal, be brutally honest with yourself. You're going to learn that way. These five trades right here was when I started back, all this was with, prop firms. This, here was with prop firm Take Profit Trader, and then I started with Apex Trading because it was a free account, so why not? If it's free, it's me. I didn't pass that evaluation, obviously, and the account got liquidated because I didn't put in a credit card to go on. I went back with Take Profit Trader, and you can see uh, over time I've just forgot about the P&L, disregarded the P&L, wasn't paying attention to it. Even though you see this here. Five losses in a row, and then I had this six loss here. But in this time here, I am positive these two wins here covered um, all the losses. So you don't even have to win a lot in order to make money. You have to have strict rules, when to get in, when to get out, and when to take your profits. So I focus now. I don't get excited whether I make money or not. I get excited if I see my setup. So that's what I'm focused on now. Um, so anyway, so glad to meet everybody here and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.